Joining us now is OjyOkpe with stories trending around the world. Hello,
Good morning, Dr. Abati. How are you this morning?
Good
morning, Ayo. How are you? Good. This man manages to cheer me up, no matter what. Good morning, Rufai. How are you?
Yeah,
excellent.
Love the black.
Thank you. Well, all right. Good morning to you, viewers. Well, let's begin what's trending with reactions trailing the grand finale rally of the All Progressives Congress held in Lagos yesterday at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, where the party's flag bearer, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, promised President Muhammadu Buhari that he would work hard for the country the same way he has worked hard for him, and also promised to work diligently and vigorously to pursue all the programs stipulated in his manifesto.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, thank you. Thank you in a million times. As you work hard for me, I will work hard for Nigeria.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
As you give Nigeria the hope to renew their faith in their country, I will sustain that hope. I will bring it to you. Those who look helpless today will be helpful in this country. All the agenda set in our program, Renewed Hope Manifesto, will be pursued diligently, vigorously, with all our energy.
Well, Tinubu, who was ushered into Lagos by a massive crowd who lined up the roads as his convoy made its way to the venue, was seen engaging with the cheering crowd and sharing what appeared to be bags of souvenirs. Reports began circulating that he was throwing wads of Naira notes at the crowd. However, the party, in a statement by its spokesperson for Lagos State, said the purveyors of the news were dazed by the phenomenal success of the rally and that the report is nothing but a lie from the pit of hell. The APC spokesperson further stated that the report is part of an ongoing, well-orchestrated campaign of calumny in a compromised section of the media to project Tinubu in a bad light. Well, let's take a look at that video before we come back for a discussion. Well, in that video by Betta Edu, it appeared that he was sharing, thank you for that video, Betta. He was sharing souvenirs. But, a lot of people were saying, if you check properly in that souvenir, there might be cash. But that's just, who knows, naysayers, I'm not sure. But what was important, or what I would like to highlight from this rally, was that, you didn't hear much of the people that were, hurt during the rally, like we saw in Peter Obi's rally.
Yes.
And another thing that was important was the over-militarization of that event. I don't know if we can pull up that picture of that young boy who was brutalized because he was, I believe they said he was seen holding an Indian hemp or something. He was smoking. I don't know how this can pass. It's really frustrating to see that, the military is there when it's supposed to be the police that is supposed to be guarding these campaign rallies and, the electoral process. And also, another thing that came out of this rally was that video showing a woman, I believe in a bus in Lagos State, sharing old Naira notes. Yeah, there it is. That's that video. But overall, I thought the rally was successful. Like people are saying, it is his own home state. Why not? He did a really good job. Tinubu's rally there was amazing.
Okay, so from that last video, let me start from there. Would you ask that, so the people that came, the mammoth crowd, were they paid to attend? Why was she? It looked like after a successful day, they were then paying people who had come in, even though they were old Naira notes. I mean, the Lagos State Governor and the APC, a faction of the APC, haven't hidden the fact that they're challenging the federal government's use or asking us to do away with the 500 Naira and 1,000 Naira notes. So that's still up for debate. Currently, the Supreme Court is sitting. Hopefully, we'll get their judgment before the end of the day. But beyond that, let's talk about the excessive use of force by the military. Yesterday, when we spoke about the fact that the Chief of Defense Staff had come out following a joint security meeting to assure Nigerians that there'll be safety on Saturday, we had actually sounded a note of warning that we should ensure that the police are allowed to do their job and that the military doesn't use excessive force. And we don't even want to see them around the polling booths, around polling areas, so that they're complementing the efforts of the police. But from this is an indication of what could possibly happen, and it doesn't augur well. We see the lone policeman standing there, obviously in the minority. But we have to say that, yes, we want them to ensure the security of lives and properties. But beyond that, we want to also ensure that they have been well trained on respecting the human rights of Nigerians, and that Nigerians are not excessively handled, in the lead up to the elections. I'll just end there. But yes, the APC have had a rally in Lagos. There are no surprises there. Mammoth crowd, colorful event, and successful as well.
Absolutely. Well, in the meantime, the Presidential Campaign Council of the All Progressives Congress has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to provide data of the permanent voter cards so far collected within the next 24 hours. The party also advised the electoral body to obey a court order restraining the commission from engaging the Lagos State Parks Management Committee, led by Ms. Liu Akinsoya, popularly known as MC Oluomo, to distribute election materials and personnel in Lagos State on election days, pending the hearing and determination of the substantive suit. Well, the demand by the APC for INEC to release the data of PVCs collected so far is coming as hundreds of uncollected PVCs were discovered by hunters who said they found PVCs while hunting for animals in a bush path in Nnewi North in Anambra State.
So all the plenty PVC went there for a year, way past, if it don't reach 1 million, belongs to Nnewi North. The ones who don't check, now Nnewi North people now get this PVC. May for tell everybody when it's Sabi, your friend and friend when we shall, the cover people when no see their PVC. May they find a call authority FM compound and a person, see the people when bring a call, they can't come authority FM premises, as it be like this now. These PVC, they were compound, that the people where pick can be this, they carry a call. Jump and they say they pick and faka milli, and all the ones who don't check, all of them, and they will not. Umudim, more of Umudim people, Okwe logo.
We heard this rumor that, there were discarded PVCs of those who are from the southeast. We saw that in Lagos some months ago, and we never believed that was true. But seeing this now is a testament. Indeed, there were people who are hell-bent to cut out the voting strength of the southeast. This is wickedness. This is debauchery. This is the height of it all. Thousands, these guys have looked for their PVCs. They have lost hope. They don't have PVCs anymore. How could someone do this?
Well, in the wake of 10 state governors asking the Supreme Court to set aside the pronouncement of President Muhammadu Buhari banning the old 500 and 1,000 Naira notes, a former national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Oshiomhole, has joined the governors in kicking against the redesigned policy. The former Edo State governor, who is contesting a senatorial seat, has been campaigning vigorously in the state. At the Jatu market in Auchi, Oshiomhole urged his supporters to continue using the old banknotes as they have not expired, insisting that it's only the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, that will expire after Saturday's presidential election. Well, in another campaign ground in the state, Oshiomhole stated that Buhari was on his own and urged him to respect the Supreme Court's verdict on the old banknotes.
They say everything get limit. If you push a goat to the wall, it will fight back. That is why APC governors will disagree with Buhari on this matter. He's on his own. We obey the order of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court says, until this matter is determined on merit, let your 1,000 naira if you have, your 500 naira if you have, any old money you have remains valid. The Supreme Court is the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The president must obey the Supreme Court. It will be better to die for something than to die for nothing.
Well, in Ogun State, all commercial banks are said to have been closed down following the destruction of bank buildings by residents in the state protesting over the Naira scarcity. The Ogun State's Bankers Forum made this known in a communique issued on Thursday. Well, according to the police, about 10 branches of commercial banks were destroyed during the Shagamu riot in the state. Well, a cross-section of Nigerians have said that the riots were instigated by the state governor, Dapo Abiodun, who threatened to shut down commercial banks that do not collect or issue old bank notes.
I've announced any bank that does not collect old notes in Ogun State, not only will I shut that bank down, I will revoke their C of O.
This is the level of destruction. They've destroyed everything. Burnt down my 2 ATM machines. They burnt them down. All the outdoor units, the compressors, everything. They removed it. Everything. They removed it. All the pumping machines. They went into the pumping machine. They burnt down all the pool car.
How is he not sponsored now?
You see, Rufai, as you can see, the state governors are obviously, it appears that they're instigating these people to continue to go out and destroy those banks. In Ogun State alone, 10 banks have been shut down. We have seen it in Lagos right now with people still sharing those old Naira notes at Tinubu's rally. Rufai.
Real quickly, in Lagos State, there was no military on ground, there was no police on ground to be able to curb the attackers in the Peter Obi rally. People were injured.
Yes.
But we have enough soldiers on ground to be able to curb somebody smoking in their hemp. It shows the discrepancy going on. Also, by Adams Oshiomhole's video, you see what the political class are up to, telling people to disrespect the president for their own selfish benefit. Now we know why millions of people didn't get their PVC, because most of them were thrown out in connivance. I support what the APC said by saying INEC should be able to give us a rundown for people that have collected their PVC.
Yes.
Also, the sad reality of the fact that the Lagos State INEC is still trying to insist on the fact, despite the fact the court has said stay on this, to still use the Lagos Parks chairman, the Lagos Parks Authority, wherever, headed by Emefiele, to go ahead to share election materials, despite the fact that the court has spoken on it. That's very sad. I don't know what's the overfixation on Emefiele.
All right. Well, Dr. Abati, we saw also, I believe you sent me that video of people jumping to enter the bank. They were spider people trying to get into the bank. I don't know if you can pull up that video before, Dr. Abati. I mean, there you go. Grown women jumping to go into the bank. This is horrific, what's going on in the States right now, Dr. Abati.
Well, access to the new notes has turned Nigerians into spider men and spider women, you know, almost like in the famous cartoon series. But this is just an illustration of what people are going through. The second thing is about the young man that was arrested for being in possession of Indian hemp.
Yes.
I think that everybody needs to be reminded that despite the fact that in this country, Indian hemp is grown everywhere, particularly, I think also in your states.
And in your states too.
The possession of marijuana is illegal.
Yes, it is.
You know, but, you know, the main work of the NDLA. We hope that the soldiers will hand over that particular person. Maybe he was found in possession of marijuana or any kind of hard drug. It's NDLA that has the powers. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff had said anybody who behaves in any riotous manner will be given the bloody nose. But the rule also that the soldiers, whether military, police, or whatever, must realize is that when somebody is resisting arrest, you are required to use reasonable force.
I mean,
minimum force. Anyway, all the devil is in the details. And finally, nobody should go and get drunk on election day or go and take drugs and misbehave. If we go to court, intoxication is not a defense.
Absolutely.
Under the Nigerian law. If you go and get intoxicated, you go and make mistake, you go to court, you are going in for it.
Absolutely.
And if you are caught with hard drugs, the punishment is 12 years or life imprisonment. So all the people who are going about to smoking things all over the place, they are breaking the law.
Absolutely.
There won't be enough time to comment on the other issues.
I thought it was also important to highlight that video from Anambra State to the INEC officials so they can see what's actually going on in Anambra State as well. It is very important.
The FM, the radio station, they should read out the names
of those people.
Those PVCs.
INEC
Maybe
should
they can
release
assist
the
people.
names, as well.
There's a radio station that says they're in possession of that. But as for the gentleman, he did well to have brought this out.
Yes.
But I thought when hunters go to the forest, they go and kill antelopes and rabbits. But in Nigeria, the unusual always happens.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you all. I wish we had more time on what's trending today, but we did the best that we can. Thank you all for your great analysis, as always. Well, that's all I have for you on what's trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.